They say some places are abandoned for a reason. Not because they're too old or the funding ran out or the staff walked out, but because something inside refuses to let go. That's how I feel about Pine Hollow Hospital. I worked there once. Just once. I was 22, a college dropout looking for any job that paid decently. When I saw an ad looking for an overnight security guard at an old shut-down hospital in rural Virginia, I took it. Easy money, I thought. Just watch over a place no one visits. No patients, no staff, no noise. But the ad left out something very important. Pine Hollow was not empty. Not really. The hospital had been closed since 1997 after a string of deaths during experimental psych treatments. Locals whispered about what happened, but no one talked openly. It had a reputation. People who went inside came out different, if they came out at all. I didn't believe in ghost stories. I figured people just liked making urban legends out of decaying buildings. But my first, and only, night inside Pine Hollow changed that forever. I've never told this story publicly, but if it keeps one person from stepping inside that cursed place, it's worth it. I arrived just before midnight. The building was enormous, its windows boarded, its walls covered in peeling paint and ivy. My supervisor, a guy named Carl, handed me a flashlight and a walkie-talkie. "You only need to check the west wing," he said. "Stay out of the lower levels. They're structurally unstable." He didn't look me in the eye when he said it. The place smelled like rot and mildew, the kind of smell that clings to your clothes. As soon as Carl left, the silence swallowed me whole. No street lights, no cell signal, just me in the dark. I walked the halls trying to stay calm, but the further I went, the heavier the air felt. The West Wing used to house psychiatric patients. I passed rusted gurneys, shattered glass, and doors that looked clawed at from the inside. Around 1:43 a.m., my flashlight started flickering. I smacked it. It went out. And then I heard it, a dragging sound, like something being pulled across the floor, slow and deliberate. I stood frozen. The sound wasn't far. I turned back, heart pounding, and saw nothing. But the dragging sound continued. Only now it was behind me. I ran. I didn't care about my shift. I didn't care about the job. I just wanted out. But every hallway I turned into looked different. Wrong. Like the building was shifting. And then I saw her. She stood at the end of the corridor in a tattered hospital gown, her hair matted and hanging over her face. I swear to God she wasn't there a second before. Her feet were bare and her arms hung at impossible angles. I called out, maybe she was a squatter. Maybe she needed help. But she didn't respond. She just tilted her head. And then she moved, fast, broken, like every bone in her body had been shattered and reassembled wrong. I bolted, ducked into a side room and slammed the door. My hands were shaking. My walkie-talkie crackled with static. And then, through the static, I heard whispering. My name. Over and over. Daniel. Daniel. My blood ran cold. I'd never told Carl my name. No one knew I was there that night. I pressed myself against the wall, trying not to breathe when the temperature dropped. I could see my breath. And from under the door, I saw her shadow, long, thin fingers dragging along the floor. I backed away slowly and stepped into something. I turned and there she was, inside the room with me. No sound, no warning, just there. Her face wasn't human. Hollow eyes, a torn mouth that stretched too wide. She let out a sound I will never forget, like a scream drowned in water. I don't remember running. I just remember the feeling that if I looked back, I wouldn't make it out alive. I woke up on the hospital lawn, just as the sun was rising. Carl's car was parked beside mine. He looked at me like he expected this. He didn't ask any questions, just handed me a check and told me not to come back. That was over 5 years ago. Since then, I've had night terrors. I can't stay in dark rooms. Sometimes I wake up to find claw marks on my floorboards. Once, I even found a hospital bracelet in my apartment, with my name on it. I've moved 3 times. It doesn't matter. She follows. I've looked into the history of Pine Hollow. Patients were tortured under the guise of therapy. Electroshock, isolation, even lobotomies. One woman in particular, patient 43, disappeared during a botched treatment. They never found her body. But locals say she still haunts the hospital, trapped in that final moment of pain and rage. I think I met her that night. I think I let her out. If you're listening to this and you think it's just a scary story, I beg you never go near Pine Hollow, because something in that place remembers you. And if it finds you again, it won't let you go twice.